Brewer, and this is our socially distanced summer camp. And we are going to be driving to Flight Safety International in Vero Beach, Florida today.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Flight Safety International in Vero Beach, Florida. I am here with Michael Marks. He is the Assistant Chief Flight Instructor. So tell us a little bit about what you do here.
Hi, good morning. Michael Marks from Flight Safety, Assistant Chief Flight Instructor, Program Manager, Flight Instructor. We do it all here at the line. I manage, help the instructors meet with their students and organize all the different flight tasks. What else do? We manage the licensing. If you go through a private course and you come to the end, we actually do what's called self-exam, which means you just do the course here. You do not go to a FAA designated flight examiner. We do the examination in-house. I do the examination. Maybe one of our flight instructor or stage tech instructors do the examination. Once that's done, you actually earn your rating right then and there. So then it's my duty to then fill out all the paperwork and make sure that all that's processed through the FAA so that we can issue the license. Other duties, meet with students on a regular basis. Part of my duty is a program manager. So like today is a brand new day for us. We have a brand new class starting, so I'll be meeting with them and helping them get started and go through the program. It's all new when you come into a situation like this, and there's a lot to learn, and you learn it really fast. So myself and the other assistant chiefs do a lot of work like that to help facilitate that.
Yeah, y'all are very busy here. Anytime I've come, it is packed. So tell us a little bit about your educational and professional experiences that led you to this position.
Sure. My education, I'm a Bachelor of Science Business Administration. I originally started in the car business. I'm kind of a career changer. So about 4 or 5 years into my car business adventure, I realized that the airplanes flying overhead had more of my interest than the cars did. So I started investigating into flight safety. I had some little bit of family experience. Both my parents were pilots, private pilots, and they both had trained at flight safety out in Wichita, so they knew a little bit about flight safety. And that sort of led me to Lakeland. And at Lakeland, I met up with flight safety, and they told me where Vero Beach was. I didn't have any idea where it was. And this was back in the year 2000. And so I started in 2000 and came over. I had my private at that point. I started working on my commercial instrument and flight instructor ratings. Became a flight instructor. Went through 9/11. Yeah. That slowed everything down, but that process actually helped me further my skills as a flight instructor, manager, program manager, and really felt a niche here and really learned that I love to teach. So that's been a tremendous part of my experience. Not the typical one. Most people are off to the airlines, etc. But I found a niche here as one of the lead instructors here, which has been a wonderful time. So yeah, that's sort of my pathway to this point.
Yeah. So I have 2 more questions.
Sure.
The first one being, you have a lot of students coming through flight safety. Generally, where do they end up once they leave here? Great
question. They matriculate out of flight safety in various forms. If you're a U.S.-based student, you come through. U.S.-based airlines are the general goal for everybody. That's a 1,500 hour requirement. All the training we do, everything all included, including your CFI flight instructor rating, is around the 250 hour mark. So how are you going to make another 250 hours flight instruction? So usually what we're doing is we're building our own team here, and that's what we do. It's one of the programs that I ran until recently. I ran the CFI program, so I was training the instructors to train instructors, and that is a regenerative process that we go through over and over again to help people earn their hours, but yet at the same time bring them to a quality level that's appropriate for the new students that are coming in.
Right, absolutely. And then my second question is, I think you have 2 different types of aircraft?
Technically 3, but we have single engine and multi-engine, but there's 2 types of single engine aircraft.
Which one is your favorite to fly?
Oh boy, tough question. I like them all, and I know that's not such a great answer. The multi-engine aircraft is certainly fun. It's faster, flies higher, it's a little bit more complex and sophisticated, and as pilots, you thrive on that. You love the new challenge, and that's what leads people to the airlines too. It's not just being up in the sky flying, it's you're flying something very complex. Pilots appreciate the responsibility of flying passengers. Everything that they do up front has an immediate effect on the people in back. So what we train here is an airline type mentality that is disciplined, is diligent in study. We don't accept mediocre performance here. We're one of the tougher schools in that regard, and people come here for that.
Right. So if somebody wanted to attend flight safety, what would be their first step?
First step is maybe to check our website, flightsafetyacademy.com.
Okay.
That'll get you started. You're going to then meet with our marketing department, and they will bring you in. They'll bring you in. They'll have you come and do a tour. You come check out our facilities, see what it's like. They give you all the information you want to know about, of course, the cost of training, housing, what the opportunities are. One part I haven't mentioned is Vero Beach itself. Vero Beach is a beautiful town on the beach, and there's a lifestyle that goes along with training here. Training takes around a year or so before you get your flight instructor rating. So you get a lot of time to live here. You're going to live through all our seasons. It's Florida, so we only have like 2.
Right.
But it's a beautiful place to come. It's quiet. The airport is quite busy. In fact, it's one of the busiest around. But there is a life that you have to live while you're here. So marketing would be the first place, and once you're into that fold, everything else will unfold for you.
Right. And would you say that there are any specific educational background or skills needed
Great question.
to be accepted to come here?
Oh, sure. We accept anybody that has, we have high schoolers currently here.
Wow.
So that's not a requirement here, but what you have to remember is, where are you going? If you're going to the airlines, some airlines, a high school diploma is sufficient, some like an AA. You get into the bigger airlines, United, Delta, that sort of thing, they're looking for a bachelor's degree. So a little bit of forward thinking when you sign up. But to come here and start, we're open door as long as you meet the basic FAA requirements.
That's great. And so you do have residential students here.
Oh, sure.
Right down there, right?
Yeah. We
Just
have dorm space for over 300 students. We also have another apartment complex that we've purchased that houses additional. So we have plenty of dorm space. Most people find a balance between that. They come in, stay in the dorms for maybe all the time. Most people don't stay all the time. They find a house or find a roommate, and they get some sort of local rental,
right?
And make use of that market.
So I've been here before, because this is where you would come if you were attending Destination Aviation. This is where you would come to fly. Do you train anybody other than your own students?
Do we train anybody else? Well, we train a lot of different people. We train, that's a complex question. So we train companies, cadets that they've hired themselves, and they bring them over here. We have European contracts that are students that we are basically hired to do the training and provide the aircraft. So, but all the training will then go back home to, say, Europe, or we'll go back home to China, or you name it. And we also do, military training for certain aspects of the military. NOAA, we're the primary provider for primary flight instruction for NOAA. Everybody starts here. Then they go through Flight Safety International, which I should mention is the simulator side of flying, and flying the big Gulfstreams and business jets. That's the bigger part of flight safety.
Yeah, I noticed guys in uniform here, so
right.
I was curious.
Yep.
All right, so how about a quick walkabout?
Sure.
Okay,
Sounds
great.
good.
Security is important. We start our day by checking in at the administration building.
Hi, welcome. This is the classroom that you would come into after your bus ride over here to flight safety. We would sit in here and we would begin telling you all about the day, the weather, the flight that you're going to have, and all the safety aspects that we need to go through.
So tell us a little bit about the process when you come to fly. They come into the building, and then, step one to taking off.
Sure. Well, it's a long drive from Lakeland, as you know. So the first is some biological needs to take care of that, and let everybody stretch their legs. We bring everybody into the main classroom there, have them set their things down so that they can get comfortable. It's air conditioned. Everybody can kind of relax and start to acclimate to the flight line environment. The next thing I like to do is we like to bring them in for a briefing on what's going to happen, they've been told, they've been planning for it all week and everything, but now that they're here, it's a little exciting, so I like to just introduce them to that.
Yeah.
So we introduce the new instructors that are there, who they're going to be flying with. We talk about the direction that we're going to be flying. We're going to be talking about airports such as Okeechobee Airport, Stewart Airport, places that they plan to go. And if we have a large class, we might fly one group in one direction and another group in the other direction, so they're not flying all close and together. We cover any weather concerns that we might have. This is a real flight, so we have to really talk about real weather and make sure that we're all comfortable with that. We talk about safety. It's one of the biggest things that we do here is part of our name. We have to be absolutely safe around the aircraft, and we're an active flight line. We have about 65 active aircraft out here coming in and leaving the flight ramp at any moment. We have some precious cargo with us here with your campers, so we want to make sure we take good care. There's things to do out on the ramp, there's things not to do. We want to stay in the safe zone of the aircraft, and that would be behind the right wing and in front of the tail. There's a nice safety triangle right there. The instructor will go around and untie the aircraft and get it prepared, help them board. We don't spend a lot of time there because it takes some time just to get in, so it's usually just out to the airplanes and then boarding. The instructor unties and then hops on, and then they begin the starting process. And the first person to fly might fly one leg from here to Okeechobee, and then we'll get there, we'll land, stop, shut down. There's a place to take a break, go get some water, etc., and then we'll switch the seats, get back in, restart, and then we'll go from Okeechobee over to Stewart, and then do this process over again. And Stewart's always fun because they have the airport administration offices there, and the airport directors often wants to come out and wish the campers well, etc., so that's always great. They can get water, sometimes they get some prizes and goodies and that sort of thing, and that's always fun. Switch the seats one last time, and then we're going to fly back. The flight itself is going to be in our Piper Warrior. The Piper Warrior is a wonderful little training aircraft, 160 horsepower, 4 seats, has GPS and ADS-B tracking, so we can know where everybody is at all times. Mm-hmm. And most importantly, that airplane knows where other aircraft are at all times, which keeps things safe. The flights are very straightforward. We usually just fly point to point. The instructors are good about pointing out waypoints and interesting features on the ground, and that's the best experience if you haven't flown before, is to see the ground from that vantage point for the very first time. Is just an awesome experience, and that's the experience that we hope to really get to. Sometimes it can be a little bumpy, and sometimes a little bit uncomfortable for first timers. We're fully equipped for that, no problem with that at all. If for whatever reason we can't go to another airport or the airport of intention, we have a couple of other airports that we can go to and give the experience of. I think that's probably one of my favorite part about flying is landing. Is taking off's great, flying's great, but bringing the aircraft back down to the ground is the most fun. So we make sure we give each camper the opportunity to observe what that's like. And so we'll go into Fort Pierce, or we'll go up to the airports to the north, to Sebastian, and make that happen. After that, they come back. That whole process, if we have a group of 3, usually there's an instructor and 3 campers on board, so that would be a 3-leg trip, and that usually takes around about 2.5 hours to get done. So that's what they do. So when they get back, it's time for some lunch and some chatter about how fun it was, and some excitement, and all that is fun as the crews steadily stream back in, and we wrap it back up. We say the instructors sign off on the logbooks, and we say our goodbyes, and that wraps up the camper experience here at Flight Safety.
Yeah, I think it really resonates with them when the flight instructor comes in to sign their logbook.
Exactly.
I think they just think that is so cool. And we've had returning campers that bring the same logbook back to add to their time. So I think that's great.
Yep. So our training fleet is a Piper fleet: Piper Warrior, Piper Arrow, and Piper Seminole. The Warrior is our most simple aircraft we have, and we have 2 variants of that. We have the Warrior 3, what we call the analog, which is the old round dial basic gauge aircraft, and then we also have what we call our Glass Warrior, which has more modern avionics, the glass panel, a little bit more TV-like, if you will, on the screens. That's exciting for the students, and we use that in our instrument training. The primary trainer, we use the basic round dial aircraft. We start them there. Yeah, it's not as cool and nifty, but it's actually less complex. It's easier to learn. So we really appreciate having the basic instrumentation just to start with, and then as you move through training, move up from there. The Warrior you actually stay with for quite a while. We do our private training in it. We also do the beginnings of our commercial training, and you're aiming for around 190 hours from 0. So if you start at 0, you're looking for around 190 for your first commercial rating. And that's what we end up with. We have our private course, which is 35 hours. We have our instrument course, which is just short of 40 hours. And then we have our commercial course, which is 120 hours. And all that totaled is just over 190. The Warrior stays with you for the first several months. Get through the private and then beginnings of the commercial course. Then you go on to the instrument course. That's also in the Warrior, but in the advanced Warrior, the glass panel Warrior, where you start learning how to fly without reference to the outside environment. We finish up in the Warrior instrument, and then we go into our Arrow, our Piper Arrow. That is a complex airplane, which means it has retractable gear, has a constant speed controllable pitch prop. It's not quite high performance. It's a 1 horsepower shy of being high performance, but it is 200 horsepower. It flies a little faster, it's heavier. It's just more responsibility, and the students gain about 20 hours of experience there in that aircraft, learning how to be mindful and responsible for the retraction and the extension of landing gear, because obviously we want to land with the wheels down.
Right.
And that aircraft is very capable, unfortunately, of landing without the wheels down, so we have to do some training there. That's a great airplane. Once you finish up with the Arrow, you've completed your single engine training, and now we're going to move into the multi-engine training, which is, as I mentioned before, it's really exciting. Multi-engine aircraft are fun to fly. They're twin engine. They have 180 horsepower each engine, so a total of 360. The airplane's only 3,800 pounds full of fuel and passengers, so it's really a fast airplane, climbs really well, climbs well over 1,000 feet per minute, and it flies very high, very fast, very far. You're starting to head towards that dream, right? The airlines are ahead, or the corporate aviation is ahead, or NOAA, or wherever you're going. You're looking forward to flying those long legs and getting somewhere, and the Seminole's well positioned for that. The trick with the Seminole, however, is both engines are mounted on the wings. And because of that, if one were to fail, it causes some controllability issues. Now, fortunately, Piper thought of that very much, and they put in some very good safety features. The airplane is very well designed, has a tremendously large rudder, which helps control that yaw force that you get when you lose an engine on one wing. Makes learning that new skill very palatable, very systematic, and easy to handle, and it's a great stepping stone into more advanced aircraft. That's it for the fleet. I should say we have 65 total aircraft. We have 20 of the Seminoles. We have 6 Arrows, and the rest would be Warriors. They're active. Our maintenance department here is second to none. Little side note, it's actually one of the main reasons I started here. I had some people tell me about flight safety, but when I arrived at flight safety, I was introduced to the maintenance department, and that maintenance department is second to none. They keep these airplanes in the most tip-top shape. I've never in my entire career here ever questioned if I was given an airplane and was told that it was good to go. I believe and still do that airplane has been extremely well maintained. So that's obviously a vital piece for a flight training organization.
That's great.
Hello aviators, the aircraft is ready to go. We're happy to have you on board. Let's go fly.
Power's good, brakes are good. Clear right. Turning right. Right. Looking good. On the line and wings are clear.
Cherokee 04.
Light's clear.
Right runway 22, taxi ramp via Charlie. Cherokee 045, turn right runway 22, taxi to the ramp via Charlie.
They reach ground, Skyflight 555 is flight safety, Juliet Southwest, ready to taxi.
Skyflight 555, Vero Beach ground, runway 12 right, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 4.
12 right via Charlie, cross runway 4, Skyflight 555. We'll probably give way to this Cherokee here. Taxi check, turning, wing down, ball out, attitude indicators level on the right, taxi check complete. What did I say, wind 100 at 13, left, right, center is clear. Cleared to cross. High low's clear, low's clear. Brake set, ready for route.
Last aircraft calling, the transmission was broken and unreadable. November 7, 111 Mike, Vero Beach Tower.
Electric fuel pumps on, mixture's rich. Throttle's 2000.
7 111 Mike, transition southbound is approved as requested. Vero Beach altimeter 3011, say aircraft type.
Magnetos, 2 clicks left. 100 back to both. 1 click left. 100 back to both. Dropping differences in limits. Engine instruments are all in the green. Ammeter shows good charge. Vacuum shows good levels. Annunciator panel pressed to test. All checked. Carburetor heat is on. Shows a small drop in RPM. Back off. Electric fuel pump is off. Fuel pressure remains. Throttle idle.
November 21441.
Engine idles at 850. Back to 1000. Run up complete.
Runway 12 right, clear for
Master before takeoff check, master alternator switch is on, and flight instruments are all still checked. 02, airspeed, attitude, turn coordinator, PSI. Altimeter's checked, 3011. Attitude indicator's good, heading indicator's good. Controls inside check. We'll fly following. Good. carburetor heat's off, and engine gauges are still green. Mixture is full rich, flaps are set, trim tab is set, fuel selector's on the right, and clearance will be southwest. The flight route is set, comms are set, navigation source is going to be VOR, transponders verify 1200, seatbacks erect, seatbelt shoulder harnesses locked, seatbelts and harnesses are fastened, empty seats are good, takeoff briefing, normal takeoff, rotation speed 55 knots, computed takeoff distance 1,600 feet. Runway length 7,314, wind directions 100 at 13, small left crosswind of about 3 to 4 knots. Engine fails prior to rotation. Close throttle, stop straight ahead, engine fails after rotation, land straight ahead, engine fails after rotation, no runway remaining. Make shallow turns, land more practical, it'll be golf course or canal. And if we get up altitude, we might consider a return, especially if we get on a crosswind turn. We're not IFR. Active comm will switch to tower. And park and brake release. Departure, pilot windows closed, fuel pump, strobe light, landing light, no recognition light, door I will get, transponders to ALT, fuel pump, landing light, recognition light, strobe light, pitot heat, transponder, flaps, trim, door, map, set. Beach Tower, Skyflight 555 is number 1 at 12 right, ready, traffic landing inside.
Skyflight 555, Air Beach Tower, roger. 12 right, clear for takeoff.
Skyflight 555, runway 12 right, clear for takeoff. Alright, here we go, so we'll get the door closed. Bottom and top, rest of the checklist is complete. Runway's identified, approach sector is clear. Normal takeoff. Crosswind, slight crosswind from the left.
09, Vero Beach, ground gateway to the Twin Cessna, runway 12 right.
Runway alignment.
Charlie cross, runway 4.
Time is noted. Full power.
Sir 7111, Mike, frequency change approved.
Airspeed's alive, engine instruments are in the green.
Give a time over to Palm Beach for flight following.
55, rotate.
Palm Beach is 123.62 for flight following.
123.62, 11 Mike, thank you very much.
Pitch for 79 and trim. Feet, accelerate to 87 knots. We'll target our altitude at 2,000. That means 1900 if the ATIS is correct.
Skyflight 438, Vero Beach, ground clearance on request.
Alright, flaps verified up. Speed 87 knots, climb check complete.
Skyflight 438, clear to Vero Beach Airport as filed. Maintain 2000. Expect 3000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 123.62, squawk 4571.
Here's a major checkpoint. Is the Florida Turnpike. Right down here at one of the major bends. So it's very easy to see on our chart here. Just exactly where we are. And we can see that we're flying directly over that corner. And we're almost perfectly on track. set of apparatus. Clouds look a little higher, so we can be steady 2,000 now. And we'll turn our heading a little bit more to the right for a direct track to Okeechobee Airport. Okay, so next we need to get the weather information from Okeechobee, so let's get that.
100, scattered, 6,000, scattered, temperature, 1 Celsius, dew point, 3, altimeter, 3007, remark. Density altitude, 1,700, lightning distance, south. Okeechobee County Airport. Automated weather observation. 1816 Zulu. Weather. Wind 080 at 6. Visibility 103,600. Scattered 6,000. Scattered. Temperature 1 Celsius. Dew point 3. Altimeter 3007. Remark. Density altitude 1,700. Lightning distance south.
Okay, so we're approaching a common waypoint. It's the prison area. You can see that coming underneath the aircraft. That puts us just northeast of Okeechobee Airport. So we have the airport tuned in, and we'll contact traffic in the area and see which runway they're landing. My suspicion is that they're landing on runway 5. Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555 is 10 miles to the northeast, inbound for landing. Any traffic in the area, please advise.
Okeechobee traffic, Seneca 56686, about 6 nautical miles. Straight in for runway 5. We are doing the nav GPS runway 5. Okeechobee.
Using runway 5, we're looking for you. We'll fall on the left downwind runway 5, Okeechobee.
Okeechobee traffic to Alpha Sierra, 7 miles to the southeast of the field. We'll be entering over the field and when at the cleared off entry for left midfield downwind for runway 5.
Okay, so we have 2 aircraft inbound to the airport, probably ahead of us. So we'll look to be number 3. It's always good to be at traffic pattern altitude prior to reaching the traffic pattern, so we'll start our descent now. So we're going to lower the power, approximately 500 RPM, then just lower the nose and keep our cruise speed. Check our seatbelts, enriching the mixture.
Call your traffic, Seneca 3 full name mark.
And descent check is airspeed check, mixture is rich, and carburetor heat is on if necessary. We don't need it. Altimeter set 3007. There we go. Descent check is complete. Approach preparation, we're using runway 5 at Okeechobee. And the wind is from the right. We'll have a small crosswind from the right. Be 3 knots. Runway at Okeechobee is 4,000 feet long by 75 feet wide. And we'll make a normal landing. That's our approach briefing, approach check. I'll put that on pause a moment. We'll get the level off here at 1,000 feet.
Okeechobee traffic, Seneca 56686, 4 nautical miles, straight in for runway 5. Is going to be touch and go, Okeechobee.
Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555 is still north of the airfield. Be modified 45 for the left downwind runway 5. Okeechobee.
Okeechobee traffic to Alpha Sierra, 2 miles southeast of the field. We'll be doing a takeoff entry to left midfield downwind for runway 5.
We overflying the field at 1,500 feet for the traffic, 3 miles southeast of the field.
All right, copy that. Sounds like we'll probably make it to the downwind before you. We're at 1,000 feet just north of the field, inbound for the left downwind, runway 5, Okeechobee.
Copy, we'll keep an eye out for you. We'll hold 1,500 till we're on the traffic pattern, midfield entry downwind for runway 5.
Okay, so good communication between aircraft is essential for safe operation.
About 2.5 miles for the final runway 5. We're going to do our touch and go. Okeechobee.
And GMC traffic is 772 right, about 6 miles east of the...
Okay, so one of the most exciting parts about flying is actually landing, so that's what we're setting up to do. Our approach brief is complete. Our approach check is fuel selector is in the fullest tank. We're not ready to change it yet, so belts and harnesses, fuel pump is on, landing light is on. Altitude bug is set, altimeter 3007 is set. Our approach check is complete. Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555, joining midfield left downwind, runway 5, get the Seneca on final in sight. Okeechobee.
Okeechobee traffic, 16 Alpha.
Alright, speed check, flaps 10, flaps 10 set, target speed 93.
Speed and we'll be entering left midfield down.
Or a beam.
For runway 05.
Reduce.
Okeechobee, radio check.
Not clear, Okeechobee. Alright, we reduced our power, started our descent. Target speed 93 knots. 700 feet. Turner base, speed check. Flaps 10, flaps 25.
We are over the field and we'll be joining midfield left downwind with a clear drop entry.
Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555's left base, runway 5, Okeechobee, be touch and go. Correction, that'll be a full stop for Skyflight 555. Alright, target speed 83 knots, 500 mid-base, speed check, flaps 40 set, target speed 63.
1,500 feet over the field, we'll be doing a teardrop entry, left midfield down for the traffic on the upwind. Are you remaining in the pattern, Okeechobee?
Yeah, we're getting turn crosswind now. We'll go ahead of you.
Yep, copy that. We got you in sight, overflying the field. We'll do a circling entry and enter it behind you.
Okay, sounds good. Seneca turning left downwind, runway 5, Okeechobee.
And Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555's final runway 5, full stop 5, Okeechobee. Alright, 300 feet, we're stabilized, flaps 40 set, we're going to continue, and we're right on glide path. At the appropriate speed of 63 knots.
Okeechobee traffic, Seneca 56686, at the down runway 5.
Do a little updraft.
Okeechobee traffic 160 downwind traffic inside. We're starting our tail drop entry for left downwind for runway 5.
We're just pointing to aim the aircraft right abeam the PAPI, that's the third runway stripe. Ease out the power and let the rest of the airspeed fall off. Touchdown.
Okeechobee traffic, Seneca 56686, turning base, left base for runway 5, Okeechobee.
Skyflight 555 is clear of runway 5, taxiing runway 5, Okeechobee.
Okeechobee traffic 160 Alpha Sierra, established left midfield downwind for runway 05, base traffic inside will be following them.
Okay, so we've changed to passengers, and now we've got a new pilot. We're ready to go from Okeechobee over to Stewart. So we'll plug in our navigation here.
Seneca overhead Okeechobee, 1,200, climbing 1,500 feet north and eastbound departure, Okeechobee, last call. Okeechobee traffic 16 Alpha Sierra, number 2 in line for departure.
So we're going to be outbound and heading about 100 degrees. Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555 is departing runway 5 and the Seneca in sight. Okeechobee. All right, pre-departure check is complete.
Okeechobee traffic, Cessna 6, Papa Alpha 7 to the west, now 1,500. Inbound in the RNAV runway 5.
Full power, engine instruments in the green.
Okeechobee traffic, Cutlass 426 Delta Lima, 2 miles to the east from 1,700, climbing to 2,500 southeastbound Okeechobee.
Rotate. Up, full power. Takeoff check is complete.
Okeechobee traffic 16 Alpha Sierra, departing off runway 5.
Feet, we're going to turn over to a heading of 100 and start making our way over to Witham Field, Stewart Airport. Okeechobee traffic, Skyflight 555 is turning to the east-southeast, climbing to 2,000, Okeechobee. Alright, 5 minutes overdue for fuel tank change, fuel sink switch, fuel pumps on, good, landing light can come off, strobe light stays on and fuel pump can come off, mixture lean, power set, cruise check complete.
Got traffic, Seneca.
Flying over Route 70 now.
Runway 14.
Very prominent area to spot.
Desert 9 Tango Alpha. Flight 555, see your aircraft type?
Ours is a PA-28.
The aircraft you found just called me, so just plan on following him in on for runway 12.
Alright, we got him in sight. We'll follow him. Skyflight 555.
Desert 9 Tango Alpha, keep your speed up. There's Cherokee traffic about a mile behind you, gonna follow you in.
Alright, we'll keep the speed up at Takeoff.
Tower, November 823 on Sierra has traffic on my windhead.
November 310, start your right base, that's your traffic, runway 12, clear the line.
Right base, follow traffic, clears. Can I do touch and go, 82310?
Number 310, runway 12, clear touching.
Alright, since we're following that traffic, we'll go ahead and slow down.
Jumbo 56 Mike Hotel, Sir Tower runway 1.
We're getting in line, looking for a 3-mile final.
Let's turn out on course 6 Mike Hotel.
Jumbo 56 Mike Hotel, got numerous aircraft on the final. Contact Palm Beach 123.62.
6 Mike Hotel, will stay clear of the final.
Check flaps 10, 93 knots, keep it slow. All right, 5,828 feet long by 100 feet wide. And we'll make this a full stop taxi back.
No, not yet. Tower forward X-ray is ready for takeoff, IFR.
Landing will be, or aiming point will be being the Bappies touchdown, a couple stripes beyond. Approach check, fuel pump, landing light, mixture's rich. Approach check. Seatbelt shore harnesses are all fastened.
Piper 31 Sierra, stay direction of flight.
31 Sierra, we're going to the south.
Piper 31 Sierra, if you could turn 20 degrees right now, then you could resume on navigation 2 south of the airport.
All right, turning 20 degrees to the right for 8310.
Corky 48 X-ray, fly runway heading, you're cleared for takeoff.
Forward X-ray, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading.
555 is 3 mile final, got traffic at insight.
Treasure 3 Alpha Foxtrot without delay, runway 12 clear for takeoff.
No delay, runway 12 clear for takeoff, 3 Alpha Foxtrot.
Treasure 9 Tango Alpha, runway 12 clear to land.
12 clear to land, 9 Tango Alpha.
Skyflight 555, runway 12, and did you want a full stop landing, touch and go, what did you want?
Full stop taxi back, Skyflight 555.
Skyflight 555, follow the Cessna, runway 12, clear to land.
Following the Cessna for runway 12, clear to land, Skyflight 555.
Corky 40 X-ray, the Piper aircraft are heading to your right.
Check.
Southbound.
25 set, target speed 83.
62.
Forward X-ray, roger.
And speed check, flaps 40 set, target speed now 63.
Stewart Tower, helicopter 7512 Charlie is 10 to the north along the shoreline, requesting southbound transition.
Helicopter 12 Charlie, Stewart Tower transition approved, altimeter 3010.
Transition is approved, thank you, 7512 Charlie.
Treasure 9 Tango Alpha, turn right Charlie, taxi to parking, and remain this frequency.
All right, Charlie, taxi to parking, stay with you. Have a good rest of your day, 9 Tango Alpha.
Treasure 4 Foxtrot Echo, you're about 2.5 and trail of Cherokee, runway 12, cleared touch and go after make right traffic, report downwind.
Number 212, clear touch and go after that, right traffic, Treasure 4 Foxtrot Echo.
All right, we're stabilized, flaps 40 set, continue.
Stewart Tower, Treasure 77 to Zulu Bravo, RNAV 12, we'd like to circle to 7.
Turkey 77 Zulu Bravo, Stewart Tower, continue inbound.
Continuing inbound, 77 Zulu Bravo.
Piper 31 Sierra, frequency change approved. If you'd like advisories, Palm Beach 123.62.
Roger, frequency change is approved for November 8331 Sierra. Good day.
Runway starts to expand, reduce the power, settle to the ground. Land on the main gear first.
Information, uniforms current, altimeter 3010, wind 110 at 11. Flight 555, turn right there, right on Alpha, taxi back to runway 12, remain this frequency.
With you on Alpha to runway 12, Skyflight 555. And landing, flaps, fuel pump, landing light, clear left and right. Stewart Tower, Skyflight 555 is holding short of 12. We'd like to depart, and we could make a left circle around the airport and then depart up the coastline.
Skyflight 555 to your tower, runway 12, clear for takeoff. You can head eastbound towards the shore and then north, that's approved. And Cherokee there off to your right, is going to start circling to runway 7 in a moment, he's at 700 feet.
Okay, roger that. We'll keep you 500 below for you.
Bravo, Sheriff's helicopter heading to your right.
Finals clear.
Westbound at
Runways identified.
That's right, 77 to the Bravo.
And Tower for Air 1, looks like we're going to be just over on the west side of the river here. I'll give you an exact as soon as we get there.
Air 1, roger.
Wait for takeoff and left turn approved.
4 Foxtrot goes left of the field downwind.
Clear 4 Foxtrot Echo, continue on the downwind.
Continue on, extend downwind. November 77 Zulu Bravo, circling to runway 0 left. Circling to 777 Zulu Bravo.
Clear 7 Zulu Bravo, runway 7, clear to land.
Runway 7, clear to land.
Clear 4 Foxtrot Echo, you can start your base, runway 12, clear touch and go.
12, and we're actually getting this a full stop for 4 Foxtrot Echo.
Roger 4 Foxtrot Echo, clear to land.
12, clear to land, 4 Foxtrot Echo.
Okay, for our last leg, we're going to circle the airport and then we're going to head up the coast back to Vero Beach.
Stewart, Tower Treasure 941, holding short 12 at Alpha, ready for departure or requesting short delay.
Treasure 941, Stewart Tower, roger. Treasure 4 Foxtrot Echo, the shared helicopter is just off to your right at 800.
And sight 4 Foxtrot Echo.
And Tower, we've got him in sight. Will be no factor for him, and we're descending back down to 5 for you.
Air 1, roger. Treasure 7 Zulu Bravo, turn right, Delta right, Charlie, hold short of runway 12, remain this frequency.
Delta to Charlie, hold short of 12, remain this frequency, 77 Zulu Bravo. Stewart Tower, helicopter 7511 Golf.
Helicopter 11 Golf, Stewart Tower.
And 11 Golf, we're at the Aero Club with uniform, like it to part out to the southeast, will remain south of 12.
Helicopter 11 Golf, departure beach, your own risk, use caution on the ramp, wind 0907.
7511 Golf.
555, are you just going to be turning down the final or just circling still to the west of the runway?
I'll be the west of runway, kind of following the waterway here, and then once we get southwest of the airport, we can go straight to the ocean shoreline from there, if that works for you.
Okay, 555, that's fine. Got 1 Duchess departing 12, be a right turn westbound, be looking for him.
Yeah, will do. Well, thanks very much. Takeoff by 555, if it's okay, we can go present position to the northeast.
555, approved.
Thanks very much.
Treasure 941, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Treasure 941.
Helicopter 11 Golf, frequency change approved.
11 Golf.
Stewart Tower, Treasure 0 Juliet Alpha, 10 miles to the south inbound at 1,900 feet, request full stop landing. Information,
Treasure 0 Juliet Alpha, Stewart Tower, right in.
Ident, Treasure 0 Juliet Alpha.
Treasure 0 Juliet Alpha, report 3 mile right base, runway 12.
Port 3 miles right base, runway 12, Treasure 0 Juliet Alpha.
Stewart Airport's a really nice airport, beautiful with all the waterways, and it's exciting to see it. And then hear the Atlantic Ocean, and we'll navigate up the Atlantic Ocean to Vero Beach.
7278, right turn on course approved.
All right, we're coming up on Fort Pierce Inlet. This is a beautiful waterway entry into the Indian River Lagoon, just to the east-southeast of Fort Pierce Airport. We'll take a quick look around here.
Just confirm clear to land for 7940 Charlie.
Affirmative 40 Charlie, runway 10 right, clear to land.
10 right, clear to land, Sierra Charlie.
Sky Flight 555, we're going to head back to the coastline and northbound.
Sky Flight 555, roger.
Flight 555, you can make left traffic runway 12 right. Once you're on the downwind, extend up, call base. There's traffic 12 o'clock in a mile and a half at Cherokee, and they're in left traffic as well.
All right, I got the traffic in sight, just to be sure. He's left traffic for 12 left, is that correct?
Affirmative. He's for the north runway. I understand you want 12 right, so you can just extend your downwind to left traffic.
Okay, we'll extend the left downwind for 12 right. Sky Flight 555, thanks. Traffic is in sight.
Bravo Star, Sky Flight 430, RNAV 12 right, full stop.
Sky Flight 430, Vero Beach Tower, runway 12 right, clear to land.
12 right, clear to land, Sky Flight 430.
Cherokee 220, taxi via Charlie, have a good day.
Charlie 0, have a good day, 220.
Tower, Cherokee. Eject flaps 1010 set, target speed 93 knots.
The airport, frequency power, full stop with Lima.
Number 9134 Yankee Vero Beach Tower, make straight in runway 12 right.
Straight in, runway 12 right, Sky Flight, Cherokee 9134 Yankee.
Tower, good afternoon, Cronus 2, visual 12 right.
Cronus 2 Vero Beach Tower, runway 12 right, clear to land, traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, Cherokee, altitude indicates 1,300, there for the parallel runway.
Clear to land 12 right, we'll be looking for the traffic, Cronus 2.
Sky Flight 555, make right 360 for spacing, so I don't have to extend you so far.
Sky Flight 555, right 360.
Number 46 Mike, I'm going to leave you on the north runway, runway 12 left, clear to land.
12 left, clear to land, 3746 Mike.
Skyflight 555, thank you. You're going to extend your downwind. I'll call the base. There's traffic on a 3-mile final for the north runway at Cherokee.
Okay, you'll call the base, Skyflight 555.
And Cronus 2, that traffic's no factor for you. Just to let you know they're on a 2-mile final for the parallel runway, Cherokee 1000 indicated.
Thanks, Cronus 2.
Skyflight 430, taxi via Alpha Charlie, good day.
Alpha Charlie, good day, Skyflight 430. And just so you know, Skyflight 555's got the Cherokee off my left here and the traffic on final that I believe the Pilatus.
Skyflight 555, roger. There is a Cherokee traffic on 6-mile final. That would be your traffic to follow, so that traffic is behind the Pilatus.
I copy that. Alright, speed check, flaps 2525 set, target speed 83. And target 500, speed check, flaps 40 set, target speed 63. Flaps 40, stabilize, continue.
Cherokee 34 Yankee, taxi via Charlie to the ramp. Have a good day.
Charlie to the left. Charlie for 34 Yankee. Thanks.
Big gust. Still stabilized.
So 30 Lima requesting a short approach.
330 Lima, short approach approved. Runway 12 left, clear touch and go.
12 left, clear touch and go, 30 Lima.
Skyflight 884, follow Cherokee 3-mile final, number 2.
Number 2, looking for the traffic. Skyflight 884.
Skyflight 555, taxi via Alpha Charlie to the ramp. Good day.
Alpha Charlie to the ramp, good day. Skyflight 555.
Number 46 Mike, cross runway 12.